Coming up on Lazer Update, we'll meet some successful OCC alumni.
Plus, the Director of Student Orientation, Sean Eady, to tell us what he does for the campus. Then we're covering new programs and talking to students about why they chose OCC. We have 20 minutes, let's get straight into it.
Good morning and welcome to Lazer Update. My name is Colin Harrington.
My name's Annabelle Hughes. It's the 11th of April and we've got a boatload to show you guys at home. From several OCC faculty features to returning graduates. We're going back to talk to the graduates of OCC. These people have been out and in the field with experience in their time off from school, and they have came back to talk to current students about their experiences in the film, radio, and sports businesses. Let's take a look to see what Colin Rickard covered.
Broadcast media communications students at OCC have recently had a chance to earn extra credit spending their college hour with a panel of alumni speakers.
I think it's a good opportunity for any of our students here that are in the same place that these guys all started out, whether it was 5 years ago or 10, 15 years ago, and how they made it to where they are today. And I think it's good to be able to pick those alumni's brains.
Pizza was provided by the Gordon Cafeteria. BMC freshmen, sophomores, and faculty were in attendance, some students working at the event.
Yeah, I was working the event today. I was on camera number 4, getting a lot of crowd shots, a lot of reactions, and a lot of answering the questions and all that.
The OCC grads took time off from their workdays at TV stations WKBW in Buffalo and News 10 Albany, movie studios Fox and Imagine Entertainment, and PSLA Fowler School in Syracuse. The speakers shared stories, took questions, and gave advice to students planning to continue their education and students who plan to start working after OCC.
The panel, I think, was great. It was awesome. I think it's great motivation for some of us coming out and trying to get into the field.
For Laser Focused, I'm Colin Rickard.
With being in the industry, they hope for students to take something away to use to their advantage in the future.
There's a guy you most likely don't know about on campus, Sean Eady. Our Director of Student Orientation typically looms below the cafeteria next to the Lazer Lounge. Tons of students here only know him as the email guy, but there is a lot more to know. Reporter Brandon King gives us a deep dive.
While most students may know the name Sean Eady as the guy that spams their school email, he is a very important piece to the OCC campus.
So my name is Sean Eady, and I am the Director of Student Orientation, Leadership, and Engagement here at OCC. And my primary responsibilities are overseeing all of our clubs on campus, our Student Government Association, executing ongoing engagement events throughout each week and semester. So currently, most of the information that comes from my office is shared through our stall signs in the bathroom stalls, daily emails out of the office. Occasionally, we'll have social media posts.
Sean is also an unofficial advisor to students on campus. The students who know where Sean is located are regulars to him, and he keeps his door open to all.
But sometimes we do talk, kind of unofficially. They're struggling in a class. What do they think I should, they're asking me for advice about how they should proceed. They want to change their major.
Sean has been there for 5 years trying to make it 10. He's made an impact silently while setting up events, working with clubs, and passing info to everyone on campus. Go talk to him sometimes if you want a rundown on every campus event. He turns away nobody.
Sean tries to do the best he can for the campus and the students. Hopefully he can get more people to swing by the cave below the cafe. A feature that we've always had on Lazer Update is called Did You Know? Reporters aim to show something new to people that they may not have known before. For this segment, Nick Krause shows us the new programs.
If you're wondering what type of classes are at OCC, look no further than the OCC home website. Did you know that in the fall semester of 2023, there will be all sorts of writing type classes such as digital writing and creative writing? In classes like these, you learn how to develop skills to produce quality marketing content and learn about the writing environment. There's not just writing classes, there's also supply chain management and even construction management too. For more information, you can go to www.sunyocc.edu.
If you're ever looking for something new to try, or have always wanted to be in one of these programs, OCC now has it.
Yeah, it's also at a fraction of the price of a 4-year college, too. Before we go to break, we want to keep you posted on what's happening around the campus.
On the 26th, there will be a cultural celebration event. Any and all are welcome to join with free food and games, along with a good community to support each other.
The photography class is set up and running again with enough demand if you want to start registration early. Well, seats are open for this fall 2023 semester.
Located in Farrant Hall in the lower section is the Ann Felton Art Gallery, hosting artwork from local and international artists. Within this small selection, the current art style in the gallery is described as lines and lineage. Go down there and take a look for yourself on OCC campus.
What is my OCC story? My OCC story is finding what I love to do.
My OCC story is having the tools and resources needed to help fuel my passions.
My OCC story is a second chance to education.
What will your OCC story be?
The one and only Keanu Reeves returns in the 4th installment of the series John Wick, also starring the late Lance Reddick as Charon. In the film, the mastermind assassin deals with the high brass in the criminal underworld. Being stranded with a bounty on his back, he sets out for revenge against the high table.
Welcome back to Lazer Update, people. It's me, Colin Harrington.
And yours truly, Annabelle Hughes. Those stories were really informative, weren't they, Colin?
Yes, especially with new programs. I would never expect architectural design to be a class here on campus.
Well, us students have a cluster of reasons for attending certain colleges, whether it be money, location, education too, of course. Our reporter Edgar Dowd went to ask old and new students why did they choose OCC to get an overall pulse of the campus of what they're thinking.
There are many people that come to OCC, so today I'm going to go around and ask them why did they choose OCC specifically.
I chose OCC because they have a good community and I can easily walk around, talk to people, and make new friends.
I chose OCC because they have a lot of services available to me. I aspire to be a registered nurse, and they really have a lot of services that help me go towards my goals.
OCC because it's a cheaper 2-year option and transfer to a 4-year.
I chose OCC because I'm a part of a program called Spartan Academy, which allows for people in high school to take college classes. This is going to help in the future, long term, with me getting my degree in adults and teaching.
At the end of the day, many OCC students chose OCC to make new friends and to get the education they want to.
Those reasons really are what most people have for coming here, especially with the price tag attached to it. Can't lose going to OCC.
Rocky Peter, a musician, a singer, and performer that comes to OCC sometimes. The college is always looking for talent to come and perform. When Rocky was sent to Sean Eady, he took an instant liking and wanted him on campus fast. Let's see how Damian Hansen covered this.
From being an American Idol contestant to making music hits with his record label, Rocky Peter performed at OCC's very own recital hall for all OCC staff and students to enjoy. During his preparation, Rocky used several different pieces of equipment, from guitar, a Bose mixer only using his foot, making drums from his own vocals, and even playing on a piano for freestyling. And this could have not been possible without OCC's very own Shaw Eady.
Throughout the semester, I get emails from different agents and different marketing companies trying to bring in new talent to the college. And when an email came through about Rocky, I read his bio, and I really took to his bio and the connection I believe that he would have with our students. Many of his, part of his bio and his story I thought would resonate a lot, and that was the first thing, and I was able to get him when he was already going to be in the area.
I saw that Rocky Peter was coming in an email, And he was way better than I even thought he would be. He was phenomenal. Just his musical talent. And I just found out he is self-taught. So that's even more phenomenal, but his voice and his ability with the musical instruments, he even played the piano, which he wasn't planning on doing.
During the middle of his performance, he had told us a story on one big project that he's been doing back home in Africa, which is taking his own expenses from concert tours and trying to provide fresh water back home for villages out there.
I think based on his story and kind of his upbringing and what he went through early on in his life, it's an amazing way to utilize his strengths, with music and the work he's doing, and then taking some of his proceeds to bring it back to his home community, into different villages in Africa to supply water. So I think it's a great way and very humbling project for someone that's coming up in the music industry. I really hope that we have the opportunity to bring Rocky back, but also bring more artists, performers to campus that are similar to Rocky, but also that are different, because we are always looking to bring new acts to campus, and hopefully students enjoy seeing him and want to see more.
There are many plans to add more performers down the line, so make sure you check your school email and any flyers you might see around campus to mark on your calendar. For Lazer Update, this is Damian Hanson signing off.
Hopefully he comes back again for OCC students to see in the future.
Here in the Broadcast Media Communications program, there are several professors and faculty that have been here for a while. One of them is Anthony Vidala, who is always on campus, working in audio classes and even TV class. But most people don't know what he does outside of the classroom. And Brandon King wanted to capture that.
Anthony Vidala is a BMC instructor here at Onondaga Community College. Everyone knows him as the nice and busy audio technician, but not as many know about his story that made this his life.
I kind of been involved and loved sound and music from a little kid. My family kind of got me involved with it because my uncle played guitar, my aunt sang, my dad played guitar, and they were always just kind of fooling around with like cassette recorders and things like that. So I was inquisitive, and I started being the one that would put the microphones out and let them, record them while they were playing. So that's how I kind of got interested in it. And then it just kept going from there. Every chance I had, I was just kind of curious about sound and music and audio. And
while Tony does teach at OCC, he also freelances at the Red House in downtown Syracuse. He works on audio, instruments, and lights when he's working there.
It's good. It survived COVID, which is interesting because it was shuttered for 18 months. There was really nothing. I know that they laid off a lot of people. I work there kind of freelance once in a while, so it's not like I'm an employee there. But I know that the people that were there, a lot of them got laid off, and some were brought back. Now they're starting to rebuild because they were devastated. They were like $1 million in the hole. So yeah, because a lot of those places, they survive by selling tickets to shows. If there's no shows, there's no income. So they're coming back. They did get some financial help. There was a big federal grant program for places like theaters and performance venues, even like places that have live music and things like that were hurting. So they got a grant to be able to pay their bills. A lighting designer that has to come in to figure out where to put the lights and how is it going to be, because if you have audience sitting all the way around, you don't want to blind people on the other side with big spotlights, right? So, had to do that.
Tony's expertise has given him a unique role to play at OCC, a BMC instructor, audio technician, and an audio designer that OCC students know and love. You can only be so laser focused here at Onondaga Community College, where the only Anthony Vidala teaches at.
If you ever want to see Tony in action, stop by the Red House downtown. There are plays, musicals, concerts, fundraisers, even more that goes on there. Always look to their site to catch what's happening.
Let's break away from stories for a moment to give an update on the latest Lazer scores.
OCC's women lacrosse team loses 18-9 to Anne Arundel Community College. Hope they get the next one. The OCC's men lacrosse team beat out Genesee Community College in a relatively easy fashion, scoring 7 times before Genesee even got a single point, ending the game 16-11 on April 1st.
The very next week on the 7th, they crushed Hudson Valley Community College for a 25-3 victory.
What's cooking at the Learning Center? If you're struggling with your academics or hungry for some extra learning, the Learning Center is here for you. Book your appointment with ease by stopping by or booking online. We provide different cuisines that fit your learning curve, like English learning, mathematics, and science. We move on to our main course like biology and physics with our state-of-the-art science room with actual models for hands-on learning. We provide after-hour sessions to suit your needs ranging from 7 p.m. to midnight, Sunday through Thursday. Visit us in room G202 in the Gordon Hall for free now.
The OCC Bookstore is your one-stop shop for all things academics. Stock up on all you need for class, such as binders, notebooks, calculators, and even computers. For those chefs and artists out there, we've got you covered too. And don't forget about our Box of Books program. All your textbooks and course materials at a great low price. So stop by the bookstore inside the Whitney Atrium and be prepared for your next class.
Fan of comedy? Little Duval will make an appearance to the Funny Bone and Comedy Club on June 26th. Might as well get started and buy tickets early, right?
Welcome back, everyone. It's Colin.
I'm Annabelle. We want to twist your attention to a segment that we call Got Issues.
Does something grind your gears? Talk about it. For this one, we have Brandon King leading a discussion on dating apps and how bad they may be. Here it is.
Thanks, Colin. Hello, everyone. I'm Brandon King, and today on Got Issues, we're discussing dating apps. They are bad, and if so, how bad, and the impact on people. Joining me today are Nick and Morgan, and today about dating apps, and to talk about dating apps. Thank you for joining me. So, Nick, I would like to ask you first, do you think dating apps are bad, and how bad they are?
I do believe that they are bad, only because, especially with this generation, we're constantly on our phones, on social media, whatever it be, and we're just constantly scrolling and finding a cool video, funny video, whatever it may be on your page. And I feel like it's the same way with dating apps. You're just constantly swiping or scrolling, chasing that dopamine of almost like, oh, I'll get a match this time, I'll get a match this time. And it's just a constant, like, you just dig yourself into a deeper hole.
Morgan, I would like to ask you, do you think apps like Tinder have done damage to the dating market, especially for younger people?
I think so. Honestly, I've seen a lot of my friends scroll on it, and to be honest, a lot of times they don't see anything going far with a guy. It's kind of just like when they're with their friends to like look at something, like a lot more oftentimes than not. They're not like, oh, I'm going to date this man. It's kind of just like for fun, because they just get to look at the information in front of them and just judge them based off that.
And why do you think women usually just stay on there and just use it for fun?
It could be just to get a deeper understanding of what they would want. Like just, I don't know, when you shop for something, like you're just kind of looking at other things, be like, oh, I don't like this, oh, I don't like this. Like kind of just finding your interests, honestly.
You're window shopping at that point.
Yeah, window shopping.
Nick, I want to go back to what you were talking about with dopamine. What did you mean by that, chasing that dopamine rush?
Well, basically, it's just like pretty much from my understanding, what it is, it's just like a pretty much, let's say for a coffee expression, it's like a shot of espresso for your brain. So if you see something that you like, it's like, bam, whoa, that was cool. And then it's basically just the same way with dating apps. Like, oh, I gotta like, whoa, this is bizarre, this is crazy. And then you just keep doing it, and you try to keep chasing that same feeling that you get, almost like a high.
I feel that. When we come back, our discussion will continue right here on Got Issues. Located in Farrant Hall in the lower section is the Ann Felton Art Gallery, hosting artwork from local and national artists. Within this small selection, The current art style in the gallery is described as lines and lineage. Go down there and take a look for yourself on OCC campus. Welcome back. Brandon here again. I'm with Morgan and Nick, and we've been talking, so let's continue. Nick, I'd like to ask you, do you think people should pay for dating apps?
I don't think they should have them in general, just because it's kind of a new low for people even my age, or even people in their 40s who still have it. I feel like it's just they're becoming desperate if they have it in their pretty much 50s or 40s, and I feel like paying for it is even a new low because you have to pay for somebody to like you. It's almost as if you're basically paying an actor to come on a date with you. If dating apps weren't a thing, that's what I would feel like it would be like.
Yeah, so you see it as fake.
Yeah.
Morgan, I'd like to ask you, why are people, especially young men, so stressed on dating apps?
I feel like they're stressed because it's right in front of you when people like you or dislike you, especially if you're paying for it. You can see like people that you liked haven't liked you, and I feel like that's very stressful to see. And like, not only is it like in the sense of dating, I feel like it kind of hurts, not even just men, like females. I feel like it will hurt your pride, like to see, oh, someone doesn't like me, because it's right in front of your face. Like, you don't know if someone doesn't like you if you're talking to them actually in person.
Yeah, I definitely think that, especially like with men, it'll hurt their pride, and women, it'll like hurt, I don't know how to word
their
this.
Ego?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, kind of. So I want to ask you, Morgan first. What's the craziest story that you've heard from a dating app?
I've actually witnessed it on my friends' phones. Honestly, just seeing guys on there that you know they have a girlfriend. So I think that's pretty weird, and I think that's pretty messed up. And like the whole like deactivating situation, they could have deactivated it, but it doesn't take that long to. I think we looked it up. One of my friends looked it up because we were just like in awe. I think it takes 7 days to deactivate an account, and they were dating for longer than 7 days.
Yeah. And Nick, what's the craziest story that you've heard from dating apps?
It's not much of a story, but I conducted like sort of an experiment with this. So I know guys who have the dating app, and I know girls who have a dating app. And what I did was they got 10 matches, and then the female got 10 matches. So what it was the guys did more effort into like trying to text to them, and then the girls would always leave like dry responses and whatnot, almost as if like the guys would have to like actually put in more effort into it. It's not even just with dating apps. I feel like it's with normal dating too, or not dating, but like going out somewhere and actually putting in an effort, like trying to get to know somebody.
Yeah, thank you, man. I really like that answer. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time. I'm sorry about that. But I'd like to thank my guests, Nick and Morgan, and hope you've all enjoyed watching. I'm Brandon, and that's Got Issues.
Thank you, Brandon. That'll wrap up today's edition of Lazer Update. I want to thank you for watching us and enjoying what we put out as a crew.
Before you go, we have a Facebook and YouTube account named Onondaga's Campus Connection. There are new episodes every Monday through Thursday that air at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My name is Colin Harrington.
I'm Annabelle Hughes. Have the best day you can.